OG's been having an incredible season so far, one that I think is worthy of an All-Star nomination, and let's break down why. I first want to start with his offensive game, and I'm going to break down every single offensive element compared to last year, and then I want to talk about his defensive side of the ball, which he's always been elite at. So first on the offensive end, the first thing I want you to notice is how comfortable he looks driving, and just how comfortable he looks with the ball in his hands. So he's becoming a lot more aggressive as a playmaker and as a shot creator, and I'm not saying he's an elite shot creator, but he's becoming a lot better than he was last year. That's also reflected in the coaching staff's trust in him. This year, he's up to 44 touches per game compared to last year at 38 touches per game. The next thing I want you to notice is how comfortable he looks sidestepping on these catch and shoots. So he's just letting defenders fly by now, right? And he's always been good at this, but this year he's shooting the three at a 40% clip, which is going to be a career high. And he's also more comfortable shooting threes above the break as well as off the dribble like this. And those combined with his aggressiveness and his confidence driving and creating with the ball in his hands has led him to have a career high in points per game this year at 17.8 points per game, right? Him being a third option on the Knicks right now with two elite offensive engines is really helping out his efficiency in scoring. But it's also partly because he's a very, very smart offensive player. So in the next clips, what you're going to see is OG cutting. So watch this. Dorian Finney-Smith is going to double. And then when OG sees the double, when he sees the back of DFS's head, he's just going to cut. And there's just an easy cut to easy layup. The thing is, this hasn't always been our offense. In the earlier weeks of the season, no one was moving, no one was cutting. Everyone was just ball watching Brunson or Cat whenever they're in isolation. Now, in the past week or two, everyone's moving. The ball's moving, players are moving. You're seeing a very concerted effort when a double's happening or when isolation or a drive is happening, players are cutting. So again, here you see Cam Thomas in help. OG's going to recognize this and immediately cut. And that happens a lot because there are two massive offensive engines in Brunson and in Cat that demands a lot of attention. Here, you're going to see the same thing. He's going to see Kuzma's head turn and then go to help and immediately cut. So these are just easy buckets. Right now, he currently sits at 1.67 points per possession on cuts, which is in the top 10 in the NBA right now. So he's just being an elite cutter. And also, again, this is recent. So this is only going to get better as the season progresses, and he's just going to average more points off these easy opportunities. The next thing to notice is because he's getting more confident, the coaching staff is putting him in different positions to succeed. So here is OG just having post opportunities. And this year, for post touches and paint touches, he's sitting at 4.8 post and paint touches a game, and that's compared to 2.5 last year. So he's almost doubling his paint touches and post touches, and he's been incredibly efficient in these touches. We're also trying to get him these touches in early offense when we have cross matches. So here you're going to see Cam Thomas on OG, and that's a mismatch, right? So it's a concerted effort to get him the ball on these mismatches. And look, these are just so easy. It's hard to double on these because of Brunson, because of Cat, because of Mikal spacing and Hart spacing. So it's just really difficult as a third option on this offense to send a double to OG, right? And OG's been really capitalizing. The last thing I want to talk about on his offensive side of the ball is his pull-up ability. Again, I'm not saying he's the best pull-up jump shooter in the NBA, but he is much improved from last year. Currently on pull-up opportunities, he's shooting 46% compared to 38% last year. So an almost 8% increase in pull-up field goals percentage from last year to this year. Just a much improved shooter and much more confident shooter. And that's why he's averaging a career high in points. And you can see it with both his efficiency and the positions we're starting to put OG in, right? Where is he going to succeed? We're trusting him more to do stuff like this. So that's the offensive side of the ball. Let's move on to the defensive side of the ball. And the first thing I want you to notice is his role. He's going to be a roamer in the first half of the season. And what that means is we stick him on opposing bigs. So here you can see him on Tobias. And he's always lurking in help position, ready to make a play on the ball. This is where OG really exceeds. So you can see him make a steal here that leads to an offensive layup. This is where he really excels, is just using his defensive instincts to make plays on the ball that leads to turnovers, to block shots. Here he's in help again, and then he just makes another steal, right? So you can see he's not our primary point of attack defender. That's Mikal. You can see Mikal's put in the screen nav here. Mikal's guarding Mitchell, and then OG's on the bottom of your screen ready to help. Mitchell makes a good play, and then OG's just in great position to make a play on the ball. right? So he's also strong enough to guard opposing bigs. As I said, he was on Mobley, he guarded Giannis, he guarded Siakam. So just a lot of defensive versatility. And speaking of versatility, in recent weeks, he's been moved to our primary point of attack defender. So you can see him on Cam Thomas. And this was a shift since the Bulls game. He was put on Levine a lot. He was stuck on Cam Thomas a lot and then on Booker a lot. And you can see he's put in all the screen nabs now. And he's just a little stronger than Mikal on screen nab opportunities. He can blow up the screen a little bit better than Mikal. And he's being asked to now guard the best perimeter player in isolations a lot as well, right? So his defensive role has expanded. You can see him here blowing up the screen and then just making a good defensive play on Levine. Again, his defensive role has shifted, meaning that he's going to be expending a lot more energy as a primary point of attack defender. We're asking a lot of him to deliver on the defensive side of the ball and also continue his offensive performance. And that's why I think he deserves an All-Star nomination this year. As always, if you guys enjoy the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps me out. And I hope you guys enjoy the film breakdown. See ya.